Aloha kako, what is up everyone? It's Hoku. Welcome back to my channel if you've already subscribed, or if you're new here, mahalo for stopping by and joining me while I take some time to connect with self and spirit and do another mindful mirror talk, as I like to call them, which is just some me time essentially, where I get to shoot the shit and get whatever is on my heart and my mind and in my spirit out. Whatever is meant to be communicated will be. So yes, mahalo again for joining me. Before I start though, I just wanted to mention that according to the analytics, it is about 75 to 80% of y'all that be watching but aren't subscribed. That don't make no sense. If you're gonna be here in my space, connecting and listening, taking time with me, then the least you could do is hit that subscribe button. I'd like to see that someone out there is receiving. And if you are, let me know. And the way you can do that is by hitting the thumbs up, the like, or the subscribe button. You know, because it's like coming to somebody's house. I am welcoming you into my space, my home, essentially. And it would be kind of rude, you know, if I invited you over for some brunch or lunch or, you know, hell, a cup of coffee or something. And you just sort of took the shit and dipped, you know. If you've already subscribed, I mahalo you for being here. I thank you. Appreciate you. Welcome. So, I've been feeling like rather good energy the last couple days. Yeah, things are still, we're living this human experience. Life is not perfect, and I don't mean in a sense to complain about my situation or, you know, my life. Things come up and shit happens, and that's okay. We learn to deal, we learn to transmute, we learn to process and flow through life. And so that's what life is about, right? As we discover our purpose, as we discover who we truly are within ourselves, as we go through these lessons and these experiences and situations and just live our lives, right? But I've been feeling good energy, not because of any type of external joy or enjoyment, but because I've been finding more of that within. I've been appreciating my discoveries of self. I've been appreciating doing these mirror talks because it allows for healing. You know, I always feel like I got some decent things to say and some good advice to give, but I have to say that the best advice I've gotten usually comes from myself. And that seems so self-centered, but coming from someone who didn't have the guidance, who didn't grow up in a typical, two-parent home, or even though that's not as typical nowadays, but I didn't grow up in a traditionally healthy environment or have that background to draw from. So essentially, as I was thinking about it the other day, I'm like, I've been literally, along with my siblings, we've been raising ourselves. And I feel like a lot of people can connect with this just because of how the past 30 to 40 years affects our generations, the millennials, Generation X. Like, there's so much that has changed, that has shifted in the world and in people, that it can't help but influence or affect the next generation. And that again goes into self-healing of womb space, of divine feminine energy, the balancing of self, the alignment of self. That goes into the necessity to do that. Because when you don't, you project, well, first of all, you manifest these pockets of trauma and stagnation in your body that I have talked about in other videos. But those pockets of blockage, they build so quickly and so fast and so large within our space of self, our sacred space of self, that you don't want that shit to manifest in a cancerous way, metaphorically and literally. You know, there's so much that people hold on to and don't release, don't even look at, that comes up in how they are, how they react, you know, just everyday characteristics of being. And, you know, I want to learn to be the best person that I can be. I want to learn to accept my truth, myself. And I say I want to learn, but I am learning. we are learning, and it's a moment by moment thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is, a moment came up yesterday after I had a pretty good morning and I was still in a good vibe mood as I was editing and working on my last video. I felt the message that I was giving, but more so from a perspective of gifting it instead of receiving it. It's like you can say something and give good advice, but sometimes you're like, it doesn't apply to you, so you don't receive that message as it is meant to be gifted to others. And so as I was editing and processing the information that I was giving, but in a way of giving it, not receiving it, a moment came up in my day where my mood, my spirit balance became imbalanced and kind of plunged. And it was in an interaction that I had that didn't make me feel good, because everything that I was saying in my last video, I'm like, well, girl, shit, you don't take your own advice. You don't be listening to your damn self, because that should apply. So I was thinking to myself, like, damn, I had a moment of kind of like, not pettiness, or I don't want to go into detail, but it was just like a moment where it's like you can say to be mindful of how you speak to others and how you project yourself to others, but you obviously don't take your own advice, because you be, a little bit ugly in your delivery, your responses. And I didn't feel good about it. I didn't feel good about that moment, and it made me reflect a lot of bit on everything that I speak, everything I say. Now, I started this revamp of the channel with the intention of being more mindful and taking the time to heal and process who I am, and have that be a growth process that results in a better version of me. And so when I slipped up and had this like plunge of mood and this just not so nice demeanor about me, I was just like, let me watch my video. I wanted to be the receiver of the message. And so everything that I was saying applied to me in that moment. And that's why I enjoy doing these mirror talks, because it is conversing. It is a dialogue between lower and higher self. And this is just, to me, it's a timeless video, because whether you receive the message in this moment or, days, weeks, months, or years from now, I trust that this information does find you and will find the people it is meant to speak to. And sometimes that's me too. Like, I need that. I need that advice, because shit, I had a moment I was like, ooh, I don't like who I am. I don't like what I'm projecting. I don't like my lack of thought before I communicate, And so, yeah, I just wanted to say that, because it just feels like these talks, this verbiage of spirituality is just necessary for self as well as for you who is here listening. And I appreciate you if you're still here. So I wanted to bring that up because I did end up speaking on that in my journal. I think this was stemming off of some stuff I was writing down last night, things that were coming to mind from spirit that was talking about frequency, healing. Like, what do you speak on? Where do you speak from? Where is your healing at? Because whether you look at someone as having a healing energy or having the mana, the power, the influence to lift, inspire, heal your soul, those people are just that. They are still people, and we go through this human experience with these tests and these lessons and these moments where we have the choice. We have the choice to see beyond the triggers, to see beyond the trauma, to see beyond the surface level, and really delve into how we want to present ourselves, because we are a frequency and we emit that frequency through our aura and through our actions. So being mindful of that is very important. And I'm just speaking that out loud because I feel like I didn't process that before I responded and had an uglier moment yesterday. Might not have been a big deal for some people, because some people don't really process the things that they say before it actually affects others. But, and we'll have those moments where we slip up and we're just like, damn, I probably shouldn't have said that. But that's why you learn. That's why you think about it. That's why you look at those emotions that come up. And in those moments, you're given the opportunity to better yourself, to allow your mistakes to redirect your path and to manifest in a more positive light than what it was doing moments before, So I just wanted to mention that, because I just had like you know, healer, dreamer vibes, and also truth. You know, truth is meant to be digested. It's not gum where you just chewing it in your mouth but you don't swallow, you know, and then you just spit it out after, but you don't process it. Your body doesn't take any nutrients from it. Like, the things that you say and the way that you are is food for the soul. It is life projected. That is a reflection of the life, the soul, the spirit within you, but also can help feed others. So that's where we're at, and that's why I do these things, because I don't know, sometimes I just be saying shit, and when I go back, I'm like, damn, I kind of need that right now. I didn't even realize I said that, but thank you, self, because you helping a girl out, you know. So hopefully I'm doing that in some way for you guys out there with random rambles. I was writing down just things that were coming, downloading, and it was talking about fame, success, inspiration. This is a time for rebirth. This is huge transitionings in relationships and thinking outside of the box and less comfortable. Stop staying stuck in your little comfort zone. Sometimes we gotta get out and about, and not just in a physical sense, but we gotta get out of the same behaviors that we exhibit every day. We gotta get out of the same mindsets that keep us held back, you know, because the high priestess energy surrounds you. But you gotta believe it. You gotta trust it. You gotta know it. Because if you don't, all the manifestations of that energy that could have been for you, that you could have received, but you doubted yourself, all of that kind of passes you by. You know, well, you could have had it. I was offering it to you. It was right there, but you didn't take it. So I guess, you know, it's like if you hold out a plate of cookies. Hey, you want one? You know, take one. Go ahead. And you over there like, well, I don't know. I don't deserve. I'm on a diet. I'm on a fast. Like, no, just take a motherfucking cookie. It's good, you know. But if you don't, you miss the opportunity and the plate gets passed on, and before you know it, all the motherfucking cookies is gone and you ain't got shit. And you hungry. So I tend to kind of go off in tangents and make little jokes. But all jokes aside, yes, we're here in this space to live a little bit more and love a little bit more, discover a little bit more of ourselves, so that after you're done watching this, you know, after you're done processing shit, you can go out into the world, you can get out of your comfort zone or your box or your mindset or whatever that is limiting to your reception of abundance, and you can set a new path. You can receive new messages that help with growth, that help with your ability of rising to your higher purpose. So, yeah. With that being said, I just want to get some guidance. I like doing my guidance cards. And I'm going guidance, I'm going oracle, because I'm going gentle, because we already give ourselves enough criticism and doubt and disrespect. You know, we already give ourselves enough of a hard time. So I'm going to use the Isis oracle. Let me gently clear. I should have probably done this before I started, but this is as it is, folks. I literally grabbed them off my shelf, and we just going with the flow. So, okay. Clarity, guidance for you. Mahalo. We're in that state of masculine energy. Actually, right now, the moon is in Gemini transit, I believe. It's Po Maheleni, which in Hawaiian culture, it's like the second night of the full moon. No, I'm sorry. It might be Kulu. Po Kulu. Anyway, we are in a time where, like I said, we're needing to balance, because there's the plunges that we take that tip the scales of internal alignment and balance. And right now we need to remember and focus on our healing, the divine masculine. And I feel like in order to do that, we need to bring our divine feminine up, which is why I'm choosing the gentler cards, the gentler way, the gentler resilience, like I entitled the last video. It's being gentle, but being strong, being motherly and nurturing, but being the protector and the disciplinarian as well. So healing the divine masculine. The divine masculine within provides protection, discernment, healing, and a sense of deep safety and holding, even though the most uncomfortable circumstances of life may be what you're experiencing, yeah? Your inner masculine is going through healing right now, growing stronger in the ability to offer you inner protection and stability so that your inner feminine can blossom with great expression. We're rising up together, but right now we have to recognize when we need to give a little bit more attention to one or the other. But I feel like in order for the divine masculine to do his job of protecting, guiding, and being the warrior energy and being the strength, the pillar energy, the divine feminine has to rise in her energy as well to be able to nurture, love, be gentle, resolute, be intentional. Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're healing today. We are recognizing where we got to put the work in. Let me draw one more. Ooh. Spirit said no. Let me give you a couple more. All right, so let's go with it. Ooh, okay. Sacred geometry. Hidden treasures, I would say. Chariot of Ascension, Merkaba. A spiritual practice has come or is soon coming to your attention that will help your soul journey. Take your time to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. This will help you grow in power and grace, anchoring the spiritual light within the body of your soul, being able to take your time to work at your pace, to be gentle, and to practice. Like I said, the things that were coming up was inspiration, healing, a healer, a dreamer, fame perhaps. I don't know. Like I'm feeling like that is a possibility. That is a possibility for you, but you have to also take the time to nurture self and to process your chosen discipline, or as it says, to develop and practice your chosen spiritual discipline regularly. Okay. We also have, okay, I'm seeing in this card, let higher self, let divine guardians and guides and spirits and ancestors carry you, because they got your back. They literally carrying you on theirs. Miracle of Isis. Isis offers a miracle healing. No matter how much you have struggled with a particular matter, no matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound or addiction, problem, relationship, or issue, or inner struggle being part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing. Trust it. Let go and let the goddess be. Let them work. Let them carry you through. Because miracles are yours. All that shit that you might not have even thought would be coming your way, that you would be receiving in abundance, you know, it's there for you. It's coming. Truth unveiled. There are times when appearances of people, places, and things are deceptive. Amen to that. You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you. When there's like a pull on a string, on a heartstring or solar string or third eye string or, you know, throat chakra string, whatever. When you feel something in one of your energy centers, there's something be off. Pay attention to that, yeah? You will sense this when something feels uncomfortable within you, when you notice feelings of anxiety or doubt within you. You may think there's something wrong with you, but actually you're intuitively sensing that all is not as it appears to be. Trust what you feel, not what appears to be. That's like the trickster card I pulled in my last video. Don't just be taking things as face value. Oh my gosh, I'm in this situation, or what's going. Look beyond, look a little deeper, because you need to be able to tap in, tune into your intuition. You need things to be aligned, and you need to allow yourself to be guided and open to those miraculous happenings. And in order to do that, you got to know that the journey is going to have some blocks. It's going to have some experiences that sting, or some flowers that you try to stop and smell that got thorns. You know, life is full of surprises, but take every situation and circumstance that you are experiencing. Take a moment to breathe through it, preferably literally, but also just metaphorically, psychologically. Like, just take a minute, pause, to be able to process and see the situation for what it truly is. And the only way you can do that is tap in to self, tune in to yourself, because you got the answers. You're your own radio station, you know what I mean? So allow yourself to discern the things that come about in your life, that come about in your day-to-day interactions. Abundance of Sothis. Abundance in many forms is increasing in flow to you. Continue your good work. Continue being a good person. Like I had my moment yesterday, and we will have many more to come if we so choose. But when those moments come, remember to increase the balance, increase the nurturing, increase the love, to balance the divine masculine, you know. Abundance in many forms is increasing in flow to you. Continue your good work of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Get rid of the blocks so that whatever's meant to infiltrate these centers within you can. You are able to receive what is meant for you when you clear away the spaces and the toxicities and the blockages. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsively flowing to you in many forms over and over again. So this is a lot. I mean, look at all these cards. Warm, light, sun, source, abundant, divinely guided. Look at that. Bundle of abundance. All of that coming to you. And rise to your power, your ultimate. You are being initiated into the magic of conjuring so as to have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. This is definitely talking about a particular group that may come across this, because this is intentional. This is direct message. And I'm seeing my soul tribe in this. I definitely resonate with this energy. And if someone out there can receive this and understand it in the same way as, hey, this is me, this is what I feel like, these are the messages meant for me, then yes, open to receive, because good things coming. Like we are on that path of rising to our purpose. And this step and this moment of the journey is allowing those things to procreate in our womb space and in our alignment as we rise. So this is ideal energy to remember, because it'll turn those moments, like, you know, the pettiness, the shadiness, the rudeness, the not so niceness. It'll turn those things around within you, because you know what's to come, and you know that those moments may happen, but that right now how you deal with it, how you respond, can make a world of difference. I'm gonna pull from the Intuitive Goddess Tarot deck. I'm just gonna see. Mahalo. What is a strong message? Because this is an intentional group, and I feel like I'm speaking to a particular person. Temperance. Rebirth. This is a message. Nymph of Cups. We have Temperance in reverse. You know, this is a card about balance, harmony, thinking things through, and really coming to a mature, level-headed response, even, is what I'm feeling. But we're having trouble doing that right now in this time. We are in moon transit of Gemini, so that could be throwing off the scales a bit, where we're kind of leaning towards one character over the other. You know, we also received the Divine Masculine card in the Isis deck. So we understand that right now we need to lift, we need to uplift and nurture and nourish our Divine Masculine. So right now with this in reverse, we're seeing we're having a little bit of trouble with the transit, the extension of the full moon energy and this partial eclipse that occurred. Like, we are still in the tail end of that comet energy, if you will. And so we just have to remember to really stay the course. No matter what happens, what arises, our goal is to rebalance, recalibrate ourselves so that we can continue to rise to our fulfillment, so we can continue to have that flow be poured into our cups. I'm going to read from the guidebook, Nymph of Cups, because I'm feeling like with this, there's so much potential, there's so much possibility, but are you allowing yourself to have that flow into your life? So this card is saying, a nymph resides in wavy waters. She is beginning a deep journey into emotional affairs. Processing, yeah? She gazes towards her cup as an angler fish leaps from it, illuminating mysteries. It comes from the depths to provide insight as you dip your toes into uncharted waters. It says her third eye reminds you to be connected to your intuition at this time. A narwhal emerges, warning of the complexities that exist within our emotional bodies. Definitely feel that, the Gemini energy. As with all nymphs, she is bare and inexperienced in this world. Start from where you are. You are ready to swim. Have those lessons pour in. And then we have the sun that fell beneath death. This is your potential, your purpose. And this is what needs to happen before your purpose is fulfilled. Because with the sun card, we're talking about abundance, positivity, your energy, your radiance, your aura is divine. Your aura, as I literally wrote it in my book, things that were coming to my head last night in my journal. I should say high priestess energy, but we're talking about fame, success, inspiration, rebirth. It's literally right here. Huge transition in relationships. So affirm this for yourself. And be open to the processes that come along with the divine blessing you with this. By getting rid of, rebirthing, reconstructing, resurrecting truth and love. You know, affirm victory. Claim it, you know, because you're walking with your shamans, your guides, your ancestors, your spirits. You're walking beneath the sun and receiving that life force energy. You're receiving all that is meant for you. Mahalo. I want to just go ahead and quickly clear and seek from this deck, the creativity deck. Right, and I haven't used this deck enough where my hands are strong enough to cut it, so I'm just going to... Oh. Alright, so we have got, 3 cards popped up. Stop procrastinating. Stop focusing on your problems and excuses. Take a small step and do something constructive. Stop doubting yourself, because this life force, this sun energy, this rebirth energy is coming. Like this miracle energy coming through. And remember, we said, like, if you ain't gonna take some cookies off that motherfucking plate when it is offered to you, shit will be passing you by. So don't procrastinate on these lessons, on this understanding, on this processing, on this transmutation of what is being spoken today, because you're gonna be hungry when you don't take what is offered. So perfectionism. Maybe you are procrastinating because shit ain't perfect. That definitely I resonate with, because I'm the type of person that's like, damn, if it ain't good, then I don't want to even fucking bother. I don't want to do it if it's half-assed, or, you know, if I'm not satisfied, if I'm not happy with it. You know, maybe this is a reminder not to be so caught up in the perfectionism, because it's going to slow you down and you're going to start procrastinating and putting shit off. And you're not going to take what's offered, what's on the table, because this fell off the table, I believe. Yeah, this fell off the table. So this is definitely, you know, chuck it. Stop fucking holding on to this. Be content to know perfection as a distant utopian goal to which we journey but never arrive. You know, we too busy holding on to this ideal deliverance of whoever you are. It ain't never going to be perfect. We're always going to be growing. We're always going to be learning. So stop letting that hinder and slow you down. Stop letting that hinder you and slow you down from finishing the race, finishing your purpose, your calling, which is just around the river bend. It literally is right there. That sun divination, that sun energy is yours. It is you. But you got to go through some deaths before you can reach and rise to that light. And then these cards came out as such. So we have capable. You're capable of doing anything you set your mind to, anything you affirm. It is capable of manifesting into your reality, right? Capable. You can deal successfully with whatever challenges and circumstances arise. So start. Quit procrastinating. Begin the newness, the death, the rebirth, the new beginnings, right? The beginning to life for you. Life of spirit, life of soul. You have to start somewhere. You must start from where you are. Examine your situation and take a chance. Stop procrastinating because you're not here yet. You're not at the level of perfectionism you might be stuck in your head believing you need to be at right now. Because this is a time for resurrection, rebirth. Reconsider a project or recall a person from the past to resurrect an idea to inspire you. And recall your motherfucking self. Recall yourself back to you. Right? Call yourself back home. Call yourself over and be like, hey, come here. I gotta talk to you. Yeah, you. Self. Hey, hi, how's it going? What you doing today? Let's have a chat. This mirror talk, right? You need to stop doing this, and that. And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna guide you, but you gotta trust in me. You gotta trust in you. Because we about to rebirth some bigger shit, some sun energy. We about to rebirth this magic, this miracle energy. But you gotta be on board. I gotta have a minute to talk to you so we know the game plan, you know? This is where I'm feeling like this is going. I just have to take a moment to mahalo. Mahalo for everything that is being spoken and everything that is being given and received. I feel like I'm in the right place, in the right space. And this energy of healing is swirling and moving and pushing away the centers right now within me that were resistant. I'm going to go with the native heart, and then we'll end with one nature's whisper, because I feel like we just need another strong but gentle affirmation of what we doing today, of the energy we come in and flowing with today. Got that heart chakra card on the bottom again, which is, what is this? Record keeper. Don't forget, everything that you're learning and you're processing, it's staying on your record. It is part of you. So you want the best and the cleanest kind of record, right? Again, heart chakra. It is saying heart chakra and third eye chakra. This is feeding what comes and what is spoken. That third eye chakra, what is seen, yeah? What is meant to be seen, I should say. Okay, wow. We are the Earth Star Chakra energy here. Ooh, look at this fire, this action card of Divine Masculine again. Reminding ourselves where we started for today and where we are ending in this Divine Masculine. That we also have to nurture, pay attention to that masculine energy within us. Don't neglect. This might be a calling to stand up, to stand cool. This is the action of where we need to be right now as Earth Star Chakra energy. So let me, past life connection, future visions, respect for yourself, others, and the earth. This magnetic star anchors your universal self deep within the Earth's core. In addition, this chakra is key in accessing your past lives, understanding your current life, and drawing upon the wisdom of your future self. I'm seeing like dream energy, connecting with that past life source or truth. Respect is of the essence with this chakra. That's a good reminder, because I do feel like sometimes in the way we communicate and the way we respond to situations and circumstances, we aren't the most respectful with others or with ourselves. So this is a good reminder. This is a grounding, knowing thyself, reconnecting with your past life is reaching into the depths and the rooted histories of self, which that's where your guidance from your ancestors come. And once that is understood, we can begin the healing for the Divine Masculine. You currently stand in a world that is experiencing the rising and reawakening of the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine has risen to bring balance and to shift the polarities of a world where the pendulum has overswung towards the masculine and henceforth lost the essence of key sacred male energies. That fire, warmth of the fire, right? It brings a warming life force, lokahi. This card is guiding you to bring symmetry, alignment, balance. We were already talking about that. It calls you to bring symmetry to your world. So this is definitely, like I said in my journal, this is definitely speaking on that huge transition that is occurring. These are all phases to be honored, and this card indicates the importance of being with kindred brothers. We began and we ended this truth-speaking session with divine masculine reminders. Remind yourself to reconnect, recall yourself, and to remember yourself to source energy. So yes, I mahalo you for being here. I mahalo the reception and the gifting of all that was spoken, and appreciate you guys. And I trust that you will go forward in today with a more positive, a more light, a more purposeful intention, to promote that abundance, that clarity, that rebirth, that loving, compassionate, fiery lesson that is yours. I trust that you will be able to go forward and gift that as well in your aura and in how you project yourselves. So let's digest and process this information for today as we continue on through the ether, through the cosmos, in this universal body of source, and learn ourselves a little bit more as we continue to strive to be at our highest forms of light. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Love, light, and always aloha.